You're waking up to Good Morning Idaho.
Welcome back to Good Morning Idaho. All right, maybe you hit the box office over the weekend. I'm pretty interested to see what Bob Richards, our resident movie critic, thought of some of the things that came out this weekend.
Yeah, most notably The Butler.
Most notably.
Right? The big one.
A lot of people went to that one. The Oprah machine paid off for Lee Daniels' The Butler. The film came in at #1 at the box office amid some pretty weak competition. It scored just $25 million for a weak first place. Where the Millers was second with $17.78 million. Eliasson fell to third with $13.6 million. And the week's other new films, Kick-Ass 2 was fourth with $13.56 million. Jobs was seventh with $6.7 million. And despite the presence of Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman, Paranoia didn't make the top 12. Ashton Kutcher is the best he's ever been in a movie in Jobs. Now, I realize that's not saying much since his filmography doesn't boast many quality titles, but his performance, while it isn't perfect, is convincing. He's got Jobs' mannerisms and even the walk down. At times, he starts to drift into caricature, but reels that in before it gets annoying. Josh Gad is equally impressive as Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. He gives the film much-needed heart. The movie leaves a bit more to be desired. Why Jobs was the way he was isn't really explored. It's more of a series of flashbacks that give the company history. Huge parts of Jobs' personal life are glossed over. Why was he such a jerk? I wanted to see what made him tick. This would be better titled Jobs on the Job. 3.5 stars out of 5. Chloe Grace Moretz steals the movie again in Kick-Ass 2. She did it to a lesser degree in Kick-Ass, but there was so much else going on, she didn't stand out as much. This time around, she's almost all of the awesome and does most of the kick-assing. Not nearly as shocking or as much fun as the original. It's as if the filmmakers got too many complaints from the complainers and lost the gleeful, over-the-top abandon the first film had. That attitude is only on display in brief flashes here. Still worth seeing if you're a fan of the original, but wait for the rental. 3.5 stars out of 5. Paranoia is a dumbed-down, tepid, silly film about cell phones, surveillance, and the value of pretty people. Liam Hemsworth and Amber Heard are said pretty people. Liam Hemsworth seems underqualified. Oh, he's pretty, but he doesn't have the acting chops to pull this off. Not that he's given any help by the director or writer. Amber Heard is there to, well, look pretty. She's okay at that, but does little else. Gary Oldman chews scenery as he's prone to do. I like Harrison Ford, but I didn't like the movie. Inept direction, terrible writing, and a silly plot doom it from the start. You see the movie's twist ending coming a mile away, and you'll still fall asleep. That's not me being paranoid. Snoozer, loser. 2 stars out of 5. Lee Daniels, The Butler, seems to be screaming, "This is the greatest movie ever made." Only it's not. Far from it. At the risk of being politically incorrect, I was less than enamored with this overlong, bloated, pretentious, bombastic, overblown, and mostly insufferable bore of a film. It borders on parody with, "This movie is important, necessary, and amazing," the attitude. You know what? Oprah is not a very good actress. I don't care how many billions she has, her portrayal in this film is flat and uninspired. She's just not very good at all. On the other hand, Forrest Whitaker is superb. He deserved a much better film. And none of the actors playing presidents are any good at all. Most are downright atrocious. Alan Rickman as Reagan, Robin Williams as Eisenhower, John Cusack as Nixon, and Jane Fonda as Nancy Reagan. They all made me throw up in my mouth. Then I soiled the theater stairs when the film ended with an obligatory Obama campaign commercial. Really? It's manipulative and just plain bad. Lee Daniels, The Butler. Leave the lure off. 2 stars out of 5. For my reviews, a look at this week's DVD and Blu-ray releases and more, you can head over to my website, bobrichardsmoviereviews.com, or link to it at IdahoOnYourSide.com.
So The Butler was not your favorite?
Not at all.
They really had a political commercial at the end.
It was like that, yes.
It was
a big
similar.
rah-rah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let them have it, Bob. Interesting stuff there.
That's right. All right, it's 6:45 now on your Monday, and caught on camera, an NFL sidelines reporter gets the brunt of a wayward football. Ouch.
All right, I hope that doesn't happen to me during my forecast. The On Your Side extended forecast coming up right after the break. And right now we're listening to a song powered by our sister station, 107.1 K-Hits. Good morning, Idaho.